Hi my babies, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Virgo Garden. If you don't know, now you know. Anything you need to know about little me will be down below in the description box. You do not have to be a Virgo for this video to resonate with you. Okay, look, I tried, y'all, right? Happy Sunday, babies. Happy 2021. Finally, the energy is here. It feels so much lighter already. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this here video, but quick reminder on the website. Ooh, I didn't hit the thing on accident. Quick reminder on the website, I am taking counseling sessions, but I will not be available to talk to anyone until the first week of April, okay? I'm also doing Chinese astrology charts. I'm still taking personal year numerology readings, which are $5 on the website as well, and also dream interpretations, okay? So if you have a dream you need to know more about, hit up your gal and I got you. Now, we are going to talk about how to protect your peace. At least one of the ways, okay? So, this is the main thing. When dealing with other people, that is something that you cannot control. Even though we as selfish human beings would like to be able to control other people and have them act the way that we want them to, we cannot. And that's part of something that you have to accept. When dealing with other people, especially if you want a successful relationship, a successful bond, a successful friendship, whatever, okay? Relationship is not just romantic, y'all. Now, the thing is this. If you run into an issue with someone, there has to be a conversation to be able to build that bridge so y'all can keep going on the journey. If there is not a conversation or if there is not clear communication, then it creates a problem and you come to what I like to call a cliff, meaning you're not getting over to the other side. Even though you could see the possibility of it looking at the other side of the cliff, but you're on the same side that you were on before. So either you're going to have a cliff or you're going to have a bridge. Okay? So one of the first things you need to ask yourself when you come to a situation where you have an issue with someone in your life, whether there's someone who you feel like deeply matters to you or not, if it's a coworker, you still have to work in the same environment. There needs to be a conversation had because it's creating unnecessary tension, okay? It's about being mature adults, but not everyone knows how to do that, okay? So the first thing you're going to have to ask yourself is, are they worth the communication? Will you be wasting your time? Because some people are like talking to brick walls and they're only going to want to see their perspective from basically their hurt feelings. If somebody feels disrespected, used, manipulated, abused, or whatever, then yeah, they're in their feelings. So they may only see it from that point of view. Just like my ex-therapist said, pain-colored glasses. You only see things from a pain perspective because you've been in so much pain. Or you've experienced pain from this situation, so that's the only way that you're seeing it from what you have experienced instead of seeing the entire picture. Okay? So some people don't like to get past their hurt feelings. So that would be a waste of communication. Now, I have 4 different situations. Okay? Now, I'm going to try to run through them as quick as possible. Okay? Now, please remember, this is my personal life I am putting out here on this here thing they call the YouTube. Come for the message, and that's all I ask. Just come for the message. Don't come to be judging, okay? Because these are definitely different situations and definitely different type of people for sure. Now we're going to start with the first situation. In the first situation y'all already familiar with, we're going to call this person Knowledge. And I actually talked about Knowledge in the first Sunday in Mimosas. He was the one who I did disrespect him. So therefore his feelings was hurt. Now, what I said was right, okay, but he was not the right person to be addressing that with. But I was in my feelings, so I went and did some wild and crazy shit and went and G-checked this man in front of the entire neighborhood. So he was definitely not feeling that. And I knew I was wrong because I knew the level of pissivity I was at. They could hear me in fucking Alaska, okay? It was lit. I was on fire. That shit was like a movie. I pulled up on some movie type shit. I blocked this man in from pulling off and everything. And he had somebody in the car with him. And I didn't even care. He had somebody in the car with him. I said, lean back, homeboy. I'm talking to him. Okay, like I was very aggressive. I'm not going to lie. I have grown a lot since then. However, when I did run back into him again, as y'all know, he came walking up to me. I already knew this about to be some shit. I already knew this is about to be some shit. And if you go back and watch the Sunday in Mimosas, the first one, you already know what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to go all the way into details about everything that happened. But the problem was, I knew I was wrong. And when he said, I don't understand, why you was coming at me or da-da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I said, you know what? You're right. I was out of line that day. I apologize. Because we hadn't seen each other for like almost a week. And I run into him and I was like, I apologize. He could not leave it there. I guess he's not used to females apologizing. I'm not that type of chick. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I will apologize. I mean, I always feel good, but I'm going to do it because I know I'm wrong. So then the conversation continues on and he brings up something else that I was not aware of that I did because I didn't see it from his perspective. I saw it from, I'm pissed, somebody going to catch this heat. And he was the one that caught it. I didn't even think of the fact that I could have possibly embarrassed this man because not only was somebody in his car, it was other people outside too. So I had to apologize for that. And I had no problem with apologizing for that. But the fact that he could not leave it there, he goes back to the first point that I already apologized for and kept going. And I said, you know what? I apologize again. And I said, I understand you in your feelings right now. He ain't like when mama said that shit there. Don't no man like when you say that. And I knew that, but I was being honest. You are in your feelings right now, bro. Cause he was shaking and everything. I'm like, I'm about to have to thump this man like quick. Cause he looked like he about to swing off on me. I really thought he was gonna swing off, y'all. I was like, damn, I'm about to have to fight this nigga. Lord. But he didn't want to leave it there, even at the third apology. And I said, you know what? I realize you in your feelings right now. And maybe you should take a few days and we come back next time we see each other and we talk about it again. And I was like, let everything settle. Because I understand right now, like, you've been holding that and you've been harboring that and you're upset right now. And you're pissed right now. And I said, I get it. I understand. I said, I ain't even mad at you for that. But maybe we come back to this a few days from now. But no, man, I'm saying, though, you just pulled up like some 007 shit, man. You was screaming on me and shit in front of everybody. I'm like, you know what? You enjoy your day. We don't even have to... I mean, we could say hi to each other when we see... No, we ain't even got to do that. Because that's what I was trying to have this come back to. But 3 apologies and you still going in on the kid. I'm not going to sit here and be a punching bag. I was wrong, but that doesn't mean that you going to keep making me pay for it, though. I said, let's come back to this. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let you settle down now. Because I already settled down, thought about it, and reflected on it. But you haven't, because you haven't got to say what the fuck you wanted to say. But you didn't want to do that either. So I see right now the type of person he was. Like I tell y'all all the time, it's okay to be expressive. It's not okay to be emotional. And I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. It's not okay to be emotional. If you're emotional, that means you cannot correctly communicate what it is you are feeling. Or what it is that you feel you have experienced with somebody. Or how somebody has made you feel. That is immaturity. That is not emotional intelligence at all. And that's why you keep running into the same cycles with people. Because that's the type of people he be having around him too. Cause the point of that story there, though, y'all, is he was not willing to accept that I apologized and that I acknowledged I was wrong, because he been waiting to run into me, because he been waiting to let me have it. And I seen it all in his hands, all in his face, all in his eyes, in his voice. He was trembling, okay? Sometimes some people you just cannot move forward with because they're stuck in a cycle that they were stuck in way before they even met you. It's not your responsibility to pull that dead weight. You're not no fucking tugboat. So I had to leave that there in that parking lot. Now, unfortunately, the man is still in his feelings. I mean, July is coming back up. Okay, and I have been very mature and let a lot of things slide because I know I have way more to lose than he could ever imagine. And you have to remember your position. Like my grandma said, say what you need to say, but remember your position. So that was story number 1, y'all. I know we already talked about him, but we had to go back and touch on it again because that was a great example of how sometimes you be talking to a brick wall because the person just cannot comprehend it, okay? Now, let's move on to the second one. The second one is my ex-best friend. I gotta give him a name. We're gonna call him Tay, okay? We'll call him Tay. So, me and Tay have been friends. Well, we're friends since we were 14 and 15. So he's 29, I'm 30. So that's a long ass time, alright? Like, when I say he's one of the very few friends I can say, like, that I've been with, like, 10 plus years, that I really done been through some shit with, and he had my back. And he say vice versa, and he know that. Now, the problem that we ran into was last January, because it's no secret that he likes me. A little deeper than like, okay, he loves me. Because me and my therapist, my new one, we actually ended up talking about him last week. And she was like, yeah, he's in love with you. I actually ended up talking to her about this exact situation here. Because I'm naive, and I don't know when people have feelings for me, or when guys have feelings for me, or they're in love with me, or they love me. I'm clearly naive to that shit. Okay, I really found that out. It was mind-blowing. I had a breakthrough. But, so last January, I remember me and him was on the phone, and he was like, now his thing is this is his drop, okay? How he releases his stress, and I have no problem with this at all. If my man want to do this, then baby, do your thing. He likes to play video games, okay? So, like, Call of Duty is his shit. Like, playing it online where he get to talk to everybody. I always be talking shit to the people he be playing with. Sorry, y'all. I was eating a little bit of my Chick-fil-A. But, he's playing the video game. I probably was smoking as usual. And we were having our usual conversation, talking shit, finding out what's new, how situations played out with certain people. And then we always come back to this particular conversation. You know, when you gonna let me take you on a date? I was like, Lord, have mercy. Here we go again. Now, what was different about this time in January 2020 was I was aware of the type of man I did not want. For sure. I did not want somebody I felt like I could not be friends with. And I, in fact, said in 2018, my next best friend will actually be the person I'm going to marry. So that turned into an entire back and forth conversation, y'all, for about an hour. Because he's had a crush on me since he was 14. He's never got to take me on a date. He's never got to kiss me. He's never got to grab my boot. Any of that. And he feels some type of way about it. Now, the thing is this. He has a daughter. And me and him had a falling out when he got with his baby mama. Not really a falling out. I just got pushed out because I didn't do anything. I was completely blindsided. Like, I couldn't even go in his house when he was living. Well, when they were living together. He didn't live with her, but they were living together. I couldn't even go in his house. And I was only allowed to go there when she wasn't there. And I had to stand on the porch. I said, nigga, I'm not no damn dog. Okay, you understand? Unhealthy relationships. Okay, so, like, anytime he was with another female, I always got thrown to the side. He would disappear. Don't pick up his phone. Well, as soon as they break up, there go my best friend again. We smoking, going to Waffle House, riding here, riding there, hitting each other up, laughing, joking, arguing, making back up, smoking, going back to Waffle House, you know. Same old thing. Like, that's my rider. Now, problem is, he done dipped out one too many times for my liking for these fuck-ass females. And I am not disposable, bitch, okay? I am not disposable. I am not glad, okay? But he did come back as usual and apologize. Nina, I'm sorry. You always been my best friend. You always had my back. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know. So we come back to this conversation here. January 2020. He wants to take me on a date. And I really sat there and thought about it. Because usually I was like, no, I don't want to mess up the friendship. I don't want to. And then on top of that, I don't look at him like that, y'all. But I was really at the point where I was at when it came to love was, even though I know I'm not ready for a relationship, I know when I am ready to start talking or dating or being in a relationship again, I want to be with somebody that I build a friendship with first. Even if I like them, the goal is to build the friendship first. I need to know for sure you got my back. I need to know I can trust you before I get in a relationship with you. Because I cannot be in a relationship with somebody I don't trust. That's why I'm not pressed for a relationship. I gotta know I could trust you first. Because shorty ride till the motherfucking wheels fall off. Okay? You warring with the government. I'm warring with the government too then, baby. We is in it to win it. Okay? This is not no light work over here. So I need to know that this is going to be the proper investment for my love to be. Now, like I said, I know him since I was 15 and he was 14. I know I could trust him. But I also know the type of person that he is and how he is in relationships with fuck-ass females. So how I don't know you going to treat me this way. So I was hesitant. But I thought about it and I changed my mind for once. And I said, you know what, Tay? You could take me on a date. He decides, because he's in his hurt feelings, he wants to keep going in. I'm saying, though, because you ain't never let me take you out and you was fucking with all these fuck boys and they this and they that. And I'm over here always having your back and da-da-da-da-da-da. And you ain't never let me, man, that's fucked up. I said you could take me on a date. I'm just saying, though, because you mess with all these little fucking da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, I said you could take, and he want an hour, y'all. 45 minutes to an hour. Went back and forth. I said, you know what? Fuck it. You can't take me on a date now. What? Now you can't take me on a date. I didn't know you was serious. You was in your feelings and now you missed your opportunity because you was in your feelings. Some people are not worth the communication. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, story number 3. Now, story number 3, we're going to call this bitch here crazy, because that's exactly what the fuck this bitch is. She needs padded walls. She needs, what is that thing called? The jacket, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't move your arms and shit. I can't think of it right now. She need one of them. She needs to be on medication every half hour to the hour. Do you hear me? Crazy bitch is her name. All right, yes. Ring it off for me, because good God, I can't stand this bitch here. Now, crazy bitch, okay, we just gonna call her crazy. I've known since, I don't know if it's middle school or high school, but I know her since 9th grade for sure. I do remember that. I think 9th grade. Now, she's a little off, and when I say a little off, she's just slightly a little off. I don't know what's wrong with her, okay, but she act perfectly normal, but she just a little slow or something. I don't know, okay. Now, do y'all hear that fire truck? Okay, the bitch is a problem, a disaster. Do you hear me? Even they know it. A disaster. Now, I was told in 10th, 11th grade, she had a crush on me. Because we was cool. We used to kick it. Used to skip class together. I was the queen of skipping class. Okay, I'm not saying that as in a proud way. I'm just saying I was. Okay. Everybody knew Nina skipped class. And she know how not to get caught. But how we'll get caught is because everybody would try to skip with me. My God, everybody would try to skip with me. They actually gave me they said I coined a new term in the school. Chronic hall walker. That's what they called me. A chronic hall walker, because I refused to go to class because I was bored. I go to class on the day it was time to take a test, pass that shit and go right back to skipping. Didn't have time for it. I was so bored. But yeah, with the crazy one, I guess she ended up developing a crush on me over time because she spent time around me. She wasn't the one who told me this. Now, fast forward to, I don't know what happened to her through the rest of high school, but she just kind of disappeared. I don't know. And then, Facebook comes out and everybody wants to reconnect. Add me on Facebook. Add me as your friend. So I add her, thinking me and her, cool. And she act like she's down with whatever I'm doing as far as my poetry or activism or whatever. She act like she's down with it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I have no issue with this girl. And actually, she was the first person when I came out to the world. Pause. Okay. When I came out to the world that I do card readings. I posted on my Facebook. I was nervous as fuck. I'm like, these people gonna judge the hell out of me. But I've been doing this for a little minute. I know what I'm talking about. And I said, I'm just going to try. Because they told me you need to do it publicly. That's actually when right before I started doing my YouTube public readings. Because they kept telling me I need to go public. And my ass decided I don't want to completely listen and go public. So I'm going to go public on Facebook instead of going public on YouTube. And I end up getting a few people that, cause I said, I'll do a free reading for you. So I got like 4 or 5 people that were interested in trying it. And she was the first one. And she made a post for me. And she was like, everything she said was accurate. Like, y'all need to go see her. She's amazing. Now, come to find out, a couple years later, all of a sudden she's into this shit. And she's like, Nina, how do you open your third eye? I don't know, boo. Figure that shit out on your own, okay? Okay. I see through you. Don't do that. So I already knew, okay, keep an eye on her. Now, I have no issues with her, like I said, but she is someone who has low self-esteem. She's a female Sagittarius. I'm going to leave that one alone. Now, as a performer, I got to a point, y'all, where I got very, very busy. And I was getting booked left and right. And jealousy started to rise on my Facebook. And I didn't understand why. When I say I was getting booked left and right, I mean at one point, Shorty was performing every month, okay? Now, on this particular time that we're about to go into this conversation about crazy, which was February 2019, and Shorty was very, very booked that year. That January, I think I had 2-3 performances, and one of the performances I performed for iHeartRadio for Martin Luther King. And then that February, I ended up having like 3-4 performances. And one of the performances I did that February was for the NAACP. So when I posted I performed for the NAACP, people was really looking like, oh, so you really are good at what you do. Yes, bitches. Now, this particular day though, I had not one, but 2 performances. And I was promoting it all week, like, yo, if you don't catch me at this performance, Shorty be over here later on. Like, you could catch me twice this day. And so I didn't understand, I didn't think that would arise, jealousy would arise within people, or envy or whatever, because I got booked for 2 performances in one day. But it did. Do y'all hear that shit? Fire trucks going off like crazy. So I was literally in between performances. I had a performance at 2, and it was for Black History Month at a local community center. And then I had another performance at 11 at night at a club, but it was they had like a little side room, and it was for a paint night party. So I posted that my first performance went well and stuff. And then the way I like to get ready for my performances, I like to smoke one, rehearse, take a nap, wake up, roll a half of one, so I'm not too high, and rehearse. So by the time I get there, I'm mellowed out, and I can go ahead and do my thing. Now, this crazy bitch decides she wants to throw her hating ass energy all up in the mix, okay? Like it belonged there and it didn't. And decides she wants to inbox me when I'm about to lay down and take my nap. And something told me, don't read that shit until tomorrow. Oh, no. See, this is why I pay to listen to your intuition. I didn't listen. I opened it. I got this long ass, okay, letter of hate that I'm completely blindsided by. I'm like, what is this bitch talking about? Okay, the inbox me talking some Nina. I feel like you be throwing shots at me on Facebook, and I feel like you be talking about me, and I feel like you be trying to come at me in your statuses. I'm like, bitch, I'm not even thinking about you, and that's a lot of people's problems. You think I'm talking about you, and I'm not, but that shit's so real, and it hits you in your soul that you think I'm talking about you. I was talking about somebody else. Sometimes I might be talking about my damn self. I might be reflecting on a situation. I might make a status or a post about it. And some shit that happened 3-4 years ago. Stop assuming. Then I go to her page. This bitch was taking shots at me for like 2 weeks. I said, this is crazy. I said, what is wrong with this hoe? Because she's so insecure. And I'm over there popping, doing my thing and happy. Not even thinking about you. Don't even have no issue with you. And you coming at me, trying to fuck my shit up. And a lot of bitches do that with me, because they think I'm talking about you. Bitch, you not that important. Real talk, you not. I got my people. I'm good. You be creating beasts in your own goddamn head. Crazy bitches, okay? So, unfortunately, y'all, her plan worked. I went to my performance, and I fucked up. And that's the only performance I can ever say I fucked up royally. I had to start over and still, like me having to say, I'm sorry, can I start over? I never had to do that. And I've been performing for almost 3 years at that point. I never had to do that. Had hella performances. Never had to do that. That shit made me feel so low. And I let her affect me because she gave her energy to me, which is exactly what she wanted, because she was in her hurt ass feelings, because she was inspired or just wanted to be like me, that she felt like I was coming at her because she felt like she isn't where I was. Let's move on to the next story. This is why you can't give people certain power, okay? That's why you can't give people certain power. It's no point. Like, it's really no point. Alright, y'all. I was going to throw a little short one in there, but I see this shit is long as hell already. So we're going to go ahead and get to the last one. Now, the last one is my name twin. Oh, damn. Wait, hold on. I got to change her name. I got to change her name. Because her first name is my middle name. And we not doing that. We just going to call her La. Okay? we going to call her La. Yeah, because we not doing that. Now, this is the thing about La. I added her on Facebook because I saw her first name was my middle name, and we spelled it exactly the same. I was like, yo, and it's not, well, I didn't think it was that common, but apparently it's a little common now, but I didn't think it was that damn common. And neither did she. So, when I added her and I inboxed her, I'm like, yo, I added you because your first name is my middle name. And I spelled it exactly the same way. She was like, oh my God, shut up. I'm like, yes. And then we added each other, and just naturally we just started gravitating to each other's statuses, hitting the like button, hitting the love button. I'm like, damn, that's some shit I would say. And she is known, okay, for posting the most hilarious fucking stories that she has been through. Like, she would just randomly post a story on her status, and you be sitting there reading that shit just because you know that shit about to be funny, but it's a real story, but the way she tells it is so funny. And me and her just clicked, and she was like, you want to be real friends? I was like, yeah. So me and her just naturally built a sisterhood, and it's great for us because me and her have been through some of the same things, because we are both entrepreneurs. And y'all, I'm just being honest, okay? Not to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but I'm just being honest and sharing my story, okay? It's really hard for people around me and her age like late 20s, early 30. I'm talking about like 32. Okay, early 30s, like even early 20s. Like we'll say 32 and under. We'll say 30 and under. Whatever, y'all know what I'm saying. Around that age, okay? It's hard for us because we're coming in and people look at us like, oh, you're so young and you're so ambitious. And a lot of people are saying, oh, wow, we're proud of you, or do your thing, or I see you doing your thing. But then when you go to these pop-up shop events, and when you go to these local events, or even events out of town where you're selling your products and you're networking with other black women, because that's what I'm really talking about, you receive so much hate from the older ones, and it's crazy. And I've had 3-4 entrepreneur friends around my age, all black women, and all have experienced the same thing from older black women. I'm not saying that's how all older black women are. I'm not saying that all young black entrepreneurs are right, okay? I'm just saying this is what I have experienced and what my friends have experienced. So me and her had a lot in common when it comes to things like that. So I actually was performing in August it won't last year, so 2019. Like I was supposed to perform last year, but you know that shit got shut down. I perform at this particular event every August, and it's at a beach. And I'm actually going to tell y'all, long as she's waiting to see if she gets the go from the governor or whatever, and if he says yes, she can have it. I will be performing there this year, and I actually will post it so y'all can see it. And if you would like to meet me, if you're in the area, you can come. But we'll deal with that when that comes. But this particular event, though, she was excited, and she was like, sis, I want to come see you. Now, one of the main things that really glued us together with this trip when she came to see me was we already realized we have, a lot of things in common, have some similar struggles. But when she was on her way to come see me, like, she was talking to me, like, like leading up to it. She's like, sis, I'm so excited to meet you, because this was our first time meeting. And she's like, I'm so excited to meet you, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm excited to meet you, too. Now, she makes candles, and at this point in time, I was just having my jewelry and my sunglasses and stuff out there. So I was like, sis, you can bring some stuff with you to sell or whatever, because she lives in Ohio. I was like, you can bring some stuff with you to sell. Ohio is like 10 hours from, she said it was a 10-hour trip one way. So, like, she really loves me, okay? I was like, bring some stuff with you to sell, make your money back, da-da-da-da, whatever. And she was like, okay, cool. Now, on her way down here, she was explaining to me how she has gone through this entire mess with someone who was designing her website. She paid them over $400, and basically they fucked her. So she's trying to get her website fixed, and her website wasn't looking the way she wanted it to. It was kind of hard to navigate through it the way that they set it up. Clearly they didn't know what they were doing, and it was just a mess. So I'm trying to uplift my sis spirits, because I'm like, you coming to see me perform, you're going to make some money while you down here, you're going to be in a whole different state, this is your little mini vacation. Trying to uplift her spirits. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to post on my Facebook page, because I'm not popular, but it's a nice amount of people who know who I am in this area, though. And so I was like, y'all come shop with, da-da-da-da, her candle company. And I was like, she'll be here in VA, and she'll be with me at the whatchamacallit event, and you come get you some candles. Now, somebody else that I know who is local, who has absolutely positively nothing to do with this Facebook post, okay, a black man, by the way. It's a reason for me saying those specifics, y'all, okay? Because it's extremely insulting when it's your own people doing this shit to you. That's why. And she already has been through enough. She just lost $400, and she's literally building a court case to go to court. So that's court costs and all of that shit. Taking time off from work. She's in school on top of that, and running her business. She just got a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a lot going on, and she's doing her thing, and just the negativity just is not needed. Okay, it's be so unnecessary. That's why I'm like, it's important to heal, so we don't have people out here just spewing negativity out. Heal. So this particular person, we'll call him D, decides he wants to come and put the little looking eyes up under my post about her being in town with some candles. Now, the reason why he put the little sideways looking eyes up under the post is because his fiance at the time sells candles. And I'm like, yeah, we love her candles, but this post ain't about her. I literally said that, right? So that turns into a big ass Facebook argument. When I say, she was like 3 hours away from my house. I'm supposed to be taking a shower, getting ready, I was in here cleaning up and stuff. End up arguing with somebody on Facebook for fucking 3 hours, yeah. Because he was trying to be funny. I'm like, this has nothing to do with your boo and her candles. Okay, this is about my sis, and this is my Facebook page. So please, we will celebrate your boo another day. Not today, though. He had like he couldn't comprehend that. So me and him end up going back and forth. He tried to low-key call me a bitch, this, that, and the third. Now, my friend has been through enough, and she's looking at this shit as she's coming down here. Because she has somebody that came with her as well. And, like, this is just more stress. Like, she's supposed to be excited about seeing me. She's not trying to think about her website and all this stuff. Like, you're throwing salt on her. She's coming in a whole nother area. So, it's just unnecessary drama, right? So, me and that person actually end up squashing it. Now, I'm excited about my sis being here. I'm like, hold on, girl. I got to get ready. You're going to have to give me, like, 30 minutes at least. And then I meet her. We're happy to meet each other. She stays in a hotel with her friend. We were supposed to be going to the event the next day. That shit was a whole hot mess. The entire event was just a whole hot mess. She was supposed to meet us out there. She was supposed to come. I don't know, y'all. It was just a mess. Ended up meeting us out there. And then, like, her friend, who was a guy, the rest of us as females, didn't help with none of the bags, none of the heavy shit, the tent not setting up. Like, he didn't help with anything. So I was frustrated with that. Then I'm frustrated with the person that she came with, because he's just bougie acting. And me and her had like a whole moment up under the tent crying. And I was like, you should have bought more products, because she only bought a little bit of products. I'm like, no, you should have bought a whole thing. I'm giving you a whole table to display your stuff. And she was like, I never experienced that where another black woman entrepreneur wanted to uplift me like that. So like, this was a really big moment for us with this trip. Like, we were having breakthroughs and we were becoming closer, right? But the shit went left at the event with me and her, and she didn't know it. Now, the reason why the shit went left was because her friend was getting on my nerves, and then you put your stuff out here on display on my tent, up under my tent on my table, but you're not here selling your shit. And I'm trying to explain to people that what these candles are, that you're from out of town. I'm not the person who makes it. I don't have the same passion that you would. And then on top of that, you have a charity box here that you're collecting donations for your community center. And, you know, I definitely want to see that win. But because we were literally on the beach, she ran off to the beach with her friend. I'm like, damn. Okay, you can handle business and then, you know what I'm saying, run off. But I guess it wasn't to her liking or whatever. And, like, I just really felt disrespected. But I didn't say anything because, like, if I do, I'm going to go off on her. I don't want her to feel like I'm not grateful. Like, she drove 10 hours to come see me perform and to spend time with me. And we barely spent any time together that weekend, y'all. We probably spent 2 hours together the most. And that's the night she came in. She was barely around me at the event. Then she left halfway through the event after I performed. She left. And I'm like, yo, wow. Okay, so you didn't come to see me. You just came to basically post on Facebook that you had a vacation. And then on her way back, like when she came to say bye, it was weird. And then on her way back, she stopped in like West Virginia, something like that. And she posted a picture with her friend in West Virginia, but she never posted that she came to see me at all that entire weekend. She never posted about me, she posted about me, but she didn't post like a picture of me and her that we took. Like, she went live and showed some stuff, but she didn't like post pictures and stuff like how she did with her friend that she was just passing by with in West Virginia. So I'm like, okay, I feel kind of shaded now, judged and unappreciated. So I was in my feelings for a few months, y'all, and we actually ended up becoming distant. I noticed she stopped liking my stuff. I also talked about it in therapy with my therapist, and my therapist actually pissed me the fuck off because she was a little too opinionated. And she was like, I feel like you're assuming. I actually wasn't assuming. She did feel some type of way, but I had to learn she's not the type of person to admit when she feels some type of way about something. It was something I said or did that made her feel some type of way. And she didn't speak on it, so then the energy was just weird the rest of the weekend. So basically, like I said, we went a few months, ended up not talking, and then like checking up on each other. not talking like that. Like, it wasn't a beef, but I did feel some type of way, and it got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I was in my feelings, and I inboxed her at 7 o'clock in the morning, which I am known for, waking people up early in the morning with a nice, good, long cuss out. Ooh, I am known for that shit. Like, good morning, bitch. Okay? And she read the message, and she was like, Nina, what are you talking about? She was like, I would never, try to play you and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We ended up talking, ended up being a 2-hour conversation, and she did admit, and like, I ended up apologizing too, and she apologized, but she did admit sometimes she's not aware of how she comes off to other people. She's like, sometimes I guess I could come off as an asshole, because I've been told that before. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not tripping. All right then, yes. Okay. But we ended up talking it out, and not only did we end up solving our differences, but we solved our differences by finding our similarities. Like, of course, we're both entrepreneurs and the struggles that we've been through with that. But also, we ended up talking about depression and feeling suicidal. And me and her ended up opening up to each other about that and stuff, because she doesn't talk about that with people. And I'm open about it. And so now I know every once in a while I got to check in. Sis, this is a mental check-in. How you doing? And sometimes she check in with me. Sis, this is a mental check-in. How you doing? And also, police brutality. Y'all know I've been through it. I also found out she's been through it. So, like, these are the similarities that we have that bond us together. Me and her are still cool. But, I mean, we don't talk how we used to. But there's no beef. There's no ill feelings between us. I actually ended up talking to her yesterday. And it actually ended up panning out really good, because we both were able to come out of our feelings and realize the bond is bigger than how we're temporarily feeling. We were able to communicate, and we were able to let down our walls and actually open up. Okay? And we both are definitely about our mental space, our mental peace. Okay? And having our peace of mind. We are definitely all about that. So, that is why I say, are they worth the communication? Because some people really aren't, and trying to have a conversation of clarity with them is actually going to make things worse. All right, babies, I'm your girl Virgo Garden. If you didn't know that shit, I bet you know that shit now. How to follow me, how to book me, and how to get my wonderful, beautiful, amazing products that you all love so much will be down below in the description box. I love you, babies. I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Mwah.